Probably the most common problem I've seen with kickflips is this one. You can flip the board and get a full rotation, but you can only land on it with one foot. And more often than not, your body tends to turn front side. The cause of this could be a few smaller things, but there's one main issue that if you fixed, I think it could probably help you a lot. So there's basically one main reason why this happens. You're turning your shoulders front side. Just like what I explained in the frontside 180 quick tip, when your shoulders turn, your hips are going to follow. So in the case of the kickflip, that's the exact opposite of what you want to happen. So here are a few pointers that'll hopefully help you correct this problem. Step 1. Land with your front foot. So a good way to train your shoulders not to turn front side is to start landing with just your front foot. If you're landing with just your back foot, it still allows your body plenty of leeway to turn front side. Practicing landing with just your front foot kind of constrains this motion and forces your shoulders to stay aligned with the board. Also, the secondary benefit of landing with your front foot on the board is that your front foot is going to be forced to flick more outward and up off the board instead of straight down to the ground, because it has to get back on top of the board. So watch the difference in my shoulders when I land with just my back foot and then just my front foot. Step 2. Hold on to something. I think that this is one of the most helpful ways to learn a kickflip, especially over practicing in grass or on a crack. Because it seems like the main problem with a kickflip isn't getting the flip around, but more getting your weight on top of the board and landing with both feet. Being able to hold onto something that's going to allow you to hold your weight up and let the board flip is going to be very helpful for getting that feeling of jumping above your board and landing back on it after it flips. So practice this over and over until you start getting more comfortable. And as you get better, you can focus less on holding your weight up and more on actually jumping. And just in general, holding on to something is a good way to get rid of the fear and mental blocks when learning a new trick. Step 3, combine. So after you've practiced keeping your shoulders straight by landing with your front foot, and you've gotten comfortable holding yourself up and landing on top of the board, it's time to put these together and start trying them for real. And just remember, when you're trying them, your main goal is to keep your shoulders aligned with the board and to keep your weight centered above it. I personally think it's better to land with the board upside down, but both your feet are on it, than it is to land with the board fully rotated, but your body turned front side. So if this all worked, you should be able to put them all together and land yourself a nice kickflip.